to the action that brought the reaction.
What made you do? And that's the question.
Today, we appeared before the Senate Committee on Public Petition. Senator Natasha was invited with her witnesses to come and prove allegation of sexual harassment against the Senate President. I was also invited as a witness to the Senate President to also rebut her falsehood, the false claim of hers. So it started when she was asked to be on oath, because she said she was a witness. He said, no, she can't be on oath. She can't take oath. So as a person, I said, okay, I'm willing to be sworn on oath so that I can give my own evidence. I was addressing the presiding officer, the chairman of the committee, and she turned to me and said, will you shut up your mouth? A sitting senator in the Senate, that I should shut up my mouth?
That's what aggravated you?
Yes. And I said, no, ma. Withdraw that statement. He said, will you shut up your mouth? You're a hooligan. I said, you are the hooligan. For a mother like you, a grandmother of your age, a former minister of the Federal Republic, to tell a sitting senator to shut up his mouth and to add that I'm a hooligan, then you are the hooligan. In fact, I went for her to describe her as in fact, let me not use that word again.
No,
but I respect her as a mother.
Yeah, but
she went off the.
But do you regret the scenario which played out?
How can I regret the scenario? I gave it to her.
Hello, guys. Fela sang a song many years ago. He said, "I no be thief, you be thief. I no be rogue, you be rogue. I no be robber, you be robber. I no be arm robber, you be arm robber. Argument, argument, argue, argument, argument, then argue, argument. Everybody there argue. Anyway, let me stop the song there. Today, civility lost its identity in the Nigerian Senate. Civility went on vacation when Madam Oby Ezekwesili and Senator Nwaebonyi launched verbal attacks on each other in the Senate.
What do you have to respect yourself? Shut up and take him out. Smell him out. Smell him out. Look like a dog. Look at you. Big fool. Fool at 70. Fool at 70. I've been the senator. I take exception. What do you mean? A senator. Why are you talking to me like that? You are a disgrace to the Senate. You are an insult to womanhood. You are an insult to womanhood. And you are here to tell the world that you have not changed. You cannot violate. You are here to tell the world that you have not changed. You are a scoundrel. I will not take it so that is why you can never be here. People like you can never be here. People like you can never be here. How can you be? I'm not a hooligan. You are a hooligan.
Welcome to If You Ask Jimmy. If you are yet to subscribe, please kindly press the subscribe button. I say press this time around because I've been using American English. I'll say hit the subscribe button. Maybe Nigerian English is different. Kindly please press the subscribe button and share this video, and also click the notification bell. It was not a nice day today at the Senate because of the heated argument that came up between Senator Ezekwesili during the proceedings when Ezekwesili and some people appeared to defend Senator Natasha in her case of sexual harassment with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, and this senator called Ezekwesili an insult to womanhood, a hooligan, and Madam Ezekwesili called him a scumbag, called him all manner of names, back and forth like that. Both of them went up with flared emotion in rage, right? So it was they just threw caution to the wind, they threw decorum to the wind. Nwaebonyi called Ezekwesili a fool at 70, a thug, and I started with that song because one person called the other a thug, the other person said, I'm not a thug, you know, and a lot of conversation has been going. It's not even conversation. You see, Nigeria is a very interesting place, and situations like this we don't wish for them, but when situations like this happen, it reveals us, it reveals who we are, and it reveals the thinking pattern of people. Why many people are condemning the senator, some people a few people have one or two things to say about Madam Ezekwesili herself. But you know, it is a case of the situation that there was a matter on ground, which is Natasha Akpoti's matter, of which a lot of people are passionate about, and they believe that, you know, that it is an assault against womanhood, and that Natasha Akpoti as a senator is being silenced, and she's being made to serve punishment, not to even be able to represent our people. So it's a very touchy matter. People are very, very, very emotional about it. But the showdown at the Senate today is another level entirely. Why? Because, you know, the senators were asking for process to be followed when Madam Ezekwesili was requesting and insisting on, you know, being heard, that she's under oath and she wants to testify. But then the person that brought the case to the house, that was the legal counsel representing Natasha Akpoti, wasn't even ready for the whole hearing, because he said he was accusing, you know, the chairman of the committee that of, you know, having said something that looks as if he is biased in the situation. But then Senate is saying they have a procedure. Follow the procedure. You have to be ready to testify. If you, to present your case. If you don't present your case, nothing ventured, nothing gained. There is nothing to adjudicate. There is nothing no conversation can happen. If there's no allegation, there can be no defense. And you know, some people are even saying that it looks as if the team from the Ezekwesili and the lawyers and the Akpoti side just came to kind of grandstand and make a show in the Senate. But look, it's very, very disgraceful, because when you look at the pedigree of Madam Ezekwesili, she is someone that has, you know, a background as a former minister, you understand, a former presidential candidate in Nigeria. She's in her 60s already. So the guy that was insulting her is in his 40s. But, you know, it wasn't about an age thing today. It's about, you know, the fact that there was a bone of contention, and they just, you know, they just took each other to the cleaners. They were just rolling together in the mud. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to look at the issue. The parliamentarian feels that the woman is disrespectful and she's just being difficult, and he was, you know, trying to make sure that to make her to do whatever she has come there to do. And as people are defending Madam Ezekwesili and condemning Nwaebonyi, I read Ebonyi, I read the, you know, report from the Punch. I also read the report from Sahara Reporters, and I am so amazed that there is a missing factor. They are reporting the verbal assault, they are condemning the man, which is okay, because the actions are very disgraceful, both sides, right? Because people are taking it as bullying of women and intimidation of women. But there's something someone said on a post, Sahara Reporters post in in X. Ugochukwu Chinenyeze said, Sahara Reporters, I heard that Oby Ezekwesili started the fight by asking him to shut up in public. Did you record that too? In as much as I detest their actions publicly, Oby Ezekwesili should be advised by those she listens to not to respect people. I heard that. Go back to Arise News on Charles Anyagolu's post on his interview with Oby Ezekwesili. 2 minutes into that Arise interview post, the interviewer said, Madam, wait, let them play the clip after the introduction. And when that clip was played, you will hear clearly where Madam Oby Ezekwesili said, "Shut up." That is the beginning of the showdown. Now, I am beginning to see how the press works now. I know the man is wrong. He's clearly in the wrong. But see, Madam Ezekwesili too cannot be said to be right here. Two wrongs don't make a right. You are not telling a child to shut up. You don't even tell children to shut up in some parts of the world. As a matter of fact, growing up as a parent, I don't even let people tell my children to shut up. I culture my children, they are well behaved, and I know that when elders, especially because of our gerontocratic, nature in Africa, when children hear shut up, it kills initiative in them, it makes them fearful, and it is, instead of, they can't express themselves, and when they come to other parts of the world, they are so timid and backward because drawn in because they have been so intimidated as children that parents don't want to hear their opinions, or elders, they always judge them, and whatever the elder says is right. But I went to check in the dictionary the meaning of shut up. Shut up is not a compliment, to the best of my knowledge, right? Shut up is said to be a commonly, rude request of telling somebody to stop talking. And it's not a nice something for someone to tell someone else to shut up. You in public, in the Senate. I'm coming back to that guy. I don't know. They have called themselves anyway. They have called themselves names. They have called themselves touts. They have called themselves hooligans. So maybe somebody is bearing some of those nomenclature. We will find out. But our Sahara reporters, in their narration, in their newspaper report of it, I'm having it open before me now, March 25th, 2025. There was no mention. I read all through of that, the fact that Ezekwesili said shut up to a grown ass man in public. It's not a beer parlor. It is on the floor of the hallowed chamber of the Nigerian Senate, because people are comparing the guy's age of 40 something to her age of 61. Although the guy threw her a jab and said a fool at 70. If you see people on the line, people are crazy. Somebody said that one enter where? How insult go enter where? Two wrongs don't make a right. You understand? It's a case of two fighting, but where are they fighting? They are fighting the hallowed chambers of the Senate. And if this kind of heated fight can happen in the open, what will happen in the secret, which is what is making people to say, like Ezekwesili was saying on that Arise interview, that this is what women face. This is the situation that, it's like it's a woman right thing. Women right thing. My own question is, Madam, what happened to civility? Madam Ezekwesili is a pastor. Madam Ezekwesili is what she worked with, I think, was it the World Bank as a vice president. She has worked at the highest level of, corporates in the world. I guess she won't sit in the in the boardroom and say to anybody on the desk, even though that person is an intern, you don't tell people to shut up, especially in public with the cameras on and the microphone. Today I even had again off the microphone. That has become a kind of slang in Nigeria. People say that everyone has there's a saying that everybody has a 5 minutes of madness and everyone has a bad day. But the situation in today, I don't know. It's 5 minutes of madness for both of them, but I don't know if it is really a bad day, because this one I know is going to be a reference situation for long. But people should not forget that Madam Ezekwesili, a presidential candidate, former president of Transparency International in Nigeria, former leader, who have been president of a global body of women. They said women political leaders, you understand, and leading so many organizations, who has worked in corporate and everything. What is going to be the excuse for calling, even if it is a little boy, shut up? Not to talk of a married man, a grown-ass man in public. I think I need to address that before I now come to the issue, because in an African proverbs, there's an African proverb that says, let us chase the wolf and then come back to the hen. That is, you don't allow, you treat issues based on, the way the sequence of things. Now I see how the press operates. Sahara Reporters, Punch, they were silent about that aspect. Wow. That is this censoring? This is not even a very difficult political news, but they just want to be politically correct. It's not right for two adults to fight in public. It's just like that book that says the king must dance naked. They both dance naked. Let me tell you one thing people are not getting right here. This thing is going to work in favor of women because it's good that people are praising Ezekwesili for standing up for women's rights, right? At the same time, there are male patrilineally minded people, male chauvinists, I won't even call it ego. It's about the gender now. There are many states in Nigeria that women cannot even smell governorship. Because, especially in the north, let me just say it straight. Even the south here, how many men are ready to bow for women? Because even in their religion, they don't bow to women. Let me tell you something. Go and Google it very well. When Hillary Clinton lost the election the other time, she won the popular votes, but she lost at, Electoral College. A lot of people were saying, maybe America, as the greatest country in the world by all ranking, maybe America is not ready for a woman president. Go and Google it. It's right there. They said maybe. Because she won the popular vote. She beat Trump hands down in that election in popular vote count. She had a higher margin, but the Electoral College, she didn't get the vote. Look at what happened to Kamala Harris. Women face a lot of issues in the world on this gender thing. So I fully admit that. I fully recognize that. Especially in Nigeria, many people are not seeing a woman president or a woman governor soon in many places. If a woman who is supposed to be a presidential candidate, who is a role model to other women in Nigeria, is putting up this kind of acts out of provocation, because you see, there is anger management, there is crisis management, there is what is called emotional intelligence. Nobody needs to tell Madam Oby that. You are operating in an environment that is, discrimination against women is global, but it's another level in some parts of Africa. So, two wrongs don't make a right. So what happened today with that guy? This Onineji sang a song sometimes ago. He said, if you push me, I push you. Shake me, I shake you. Move me, I move you. Touch me, I touch you. So, two fighting. But look at what everybody's saying online right now. Because it is a gender thing they came to solve. That the womanhood is being harassed and disgraced. And then in the process again, another disgrace came to womanhood by a man that could not control his emotion in public. Married men, married women. How many of you will tell your husbands to shut up at home? Anyway, men face a lot of insults too. But the truth is that everybody knows that is an uncouth language. So to that extent, I will rest the case on Madam Ezekwesili, who is also Pastor Mrs. But I'm not judging her. But this guy, Mr. Nwaebonyi. I hope I pronounced that right. People came for this guy. Oh. A lot of people are saying that for how long will this male senator stop bullying and harassing our dear women? Just imagine the senator from Ebonyi. And this is happening during the case of sexual harassment. Nnaemeka C. Odo says, unfortunately, he is the deputy chief whip of the Senate. A first time this is why I like Yoruba people. They don't insult their elders publicly. How can Nwaebonyi 42 insult Ezekwesili 61? See the age gap. A charlatan insulting a woman that has made her mark globally. Yes, Madam Ezekwesili has made her mark globally. And today, she remains one of the greatest of all times, GOAT of the women folk in Nigeria. Efe Odafe says she deserves it. Imagine her conduct as a pastor. Ever since her kinsman lost the last election, she has been moving mad, attacking everybody pro-Tinubu and everyone pro-Tinubu. I love how the senator put her in her place. She's nothing but a failed minister under OBJ. Iho Benjamin says, Nigerian women have not seen anything yet. This is just the beginning. Let them win. Natasha, una eye go clear. It is better you guys stand up and rally around every woman in power to support them now. Energy, she says, laughing out loud, the young man that abused women all over Nigeria, he has never moved any motion in Nigerian Senate. He only attacks people. Now, somebody said, well-deserved insult. Coming to stand in for an accuser that is too big or simply a deceptive blackmailer trying to form mental health. Somebody said, whatever he calls Oby, I believe she deserves it. I don't have to watch the video. Oby will always be at fault. This is a woman with a picture in X, Princess of Ashkelon and Gath, Adeola Be something. The thing caught it there. Justice said, is there any wonder why Nigeria is the way it is today? The fish is rotting from the head. Someone says, these guys are highly insensitive. If he shouts like this at a woman in public, I wonder what he does in hiding. You are on a panel investigating sexual harassment, and you are shouting down another woman. Let me rest it there, guys. Two wrongs don't make a right. And if they are going to say such things which is not warranted, not in the public, nobody tells an adult to shut up, and nobody gets into a shouting bout with a woman. So both sides, were clearly in the wrong. Thank you for watching. We just hope this Natasha issue will be laid to rest soon and very soon, so that the Senate can continue with the act of legislating. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.